oblivious.
Certainly not. They're the Vipers, Indianapolis's entry into the 17-team Women's Professional Football League. Fox 59's Russ McQuaid huddles up with the women seeking gridiron greatness, not necessarily the weaker sex. It is the story you picked in this week's You Choose the News poll.
Ready?
It sounds like football, and it looks like football. And underneath all those pads and helmets, those grunts and groans emit from Gridiron Gals, the Indianapolis Vipers of the Women's American Football League.
Some of the ladies out here are at probably the men's semi-pro level. You have some of them that are out here at the high school level, and some of them that are out here at a level just below high school. Yeah, they love to hit. We got one of them out there that hits like a train, you know, and it's just a joy to have her out here.
Coach Carter is talking about Joy Kramer, a Hoosier hitter who starred as the top defensive back in the league last year. A former pro baseball player landing a full-time job in Indiana this season allows Kramer to play football mostly for the love of the sport.
I never thought I was going to get a whole lot of money out of it, or, being a celebrity or anything like that. So I'm just having fun with it. It was hard hitting, they were pad popping, well-run plays, well coached. So I think people are pleasantly surprised.
We have athletes from all walks of life. We got softball players, volleyball players, rugby, soccer, you name it, we have it out here. We want to win the whole thing this year. I mean, we want the coach to do good too, but we actually want to be the first professional team to bring a championship to Indianapolis.
Spoken like a true champion. Russ McQuaid, Fox 59 News.
The Indianapolis Vipers are currently 1-1 this season, but in first place in their division. The Vipers host the Alabama Slammers, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon at the Arlington High School football field.
That's pretty cool. Well, sticking with football, a second opinion.
Room there. Well, they're used to making big plays on the football field. Today they're making a handoff to the toy drive. Kevin's in the toy shop. Show us.
Blue 42, blue 42. Hut, hut, go.
A delivery. Never before to a quarterback has a little boy been delivered. You're looking at the Women's American Football League, and it's the Indy Vipers, and they play right here at Arlington High School. And it's only fitting without a fumble. They've delivered tons of toys, and the center on the team is Deb Roysden. Thank you so much for making a contribution.
You're welcome. It's our privilege.
So what's the strength of the team?
The whole team. I think everybody contributes to everything, and without everybody, we wouldn't be where we are in first place.
And you contribute on the field and in the community, and we thank you for that, and some future football stars right here in the front row. TheIndyChannel.com is how you can get involved too. Hut, hut, hike.
All right, so you like football. How do you feel about hockey? Well, I hope you do, because if you head out to Friday's Indianapolis Ice game at the Pepsi Coliseum at the State Fairgrounds, we will be there to accept.
I believe you're jealous over this.
Why not? It's very typical of me.
Okay, you called. I rushed right over. What's so important?
I'm talking to Dan right now.
Okay, next time one of the kids has a problem, I'll send them directly to you.
This is the problem I wanted, and you hogged it. I'm ready.
What took you so long?
I'm supposed to wear this for dinner, and I don't know how to put on.
Sounds like a problem. Want to field this one, honey?
Get out of here.
Come on, DJ.
I can't believe you're still mad because Darlene went to Dan instead of you.
Well, she didn't just go to Dan, She went to Becky, too.
Oh, she went to her older sister for advice. Never worked for me.
Shut up.
Look, the important thing is that Darlene got what she needed, right?
Fine.
Okay, then. So, what do you need me for?
Well, okay. I took the stuff from the restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know now it was wrong and everything, and I made a mistake, and I feel really bad about it. I can't stop thinking about it. I feel really bad about it,
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, what are the chances of beating a lie detector?
You're actually gonna lie.
Well, if I tell the truth, I'm gonna get fired. And if I lie, at least I got a shot. Well, I sort of figured, you know, being a cop and everything, maybe you know some of the tricks.
There are no tricks. It's a machine.
I can beat it.
The test measures blood pressure, heart rate, respiration. These are things that you can't control.
I think I can.
The only ones that can beat a lie detector test are people that have, like, no conscience at all. Psychos, schizos, pathological liars.
I know I can. Man, it's really hot in here. What if I get all sweaty? Will I get electrocuted?
No, Mrs. Connor, there is absolutely no danger.
Well, how's this work anyway? If those needles start jumping all over the place, then that's how you know I'm lying, right?
Do you plan on lying, Mrs. Connor?
No.
Oh, it's not on yet. Okay. Here we go. Now just concern yourself with the questions and try to remain relaxed.
Okie doke.
State your name, please.
Roseanne Connor.
Your age?
38. 39.
Uh-huh. Occupation?
Waitress.
Have you ever stolen any merchandise from Rodbell's?
Well,
Yes or no, Mrs. Connor?
well, I mean, can't you start off like smaller and maybe more specific, like, you know, going like, okay, have I ever stolen a giant screen TV? No. A hose from Garden Supply? No. A canoe?
Yeah, have you ever taken anything?
Well, hey, how about that pen you got there? I bet you took that from your work.
Yes, and I'm working with it.
Oh.
And now, Mrs. Connor, have you ever taken anything? Yes or no, please?
Yes, please.
What have you taken?
Ketchup, mustard, pickled chips. What's gonna happen to me?
That's management's decision. I just asked the questions. Now, have you ever stolen any cash?
Absolutely not.
How about your coworkers?
Bonnie? No.
Actually, I was talking about Leon Karp.
Leon? How come Bonnie's the one that has the police record?
Uh-huh. Well, have you ever seen Mr. Karp take any cash from the register?
Well, yeah, because he does the books, you know, that's his job.
Have you observed any changes in his normal routine?
No.
Have you seen him exhibit any unusual behavior?
Oh. I know what this is all about. You're trying to scrounge up some dirt on Leon just because he's gay. Well, I ought to call the ACLU because this is totally un-American. And I'm not going to give you any help in your little witch hunt. No crappy job is worth that. You did know he was gay, didn't you?
No.
Well, he's not. Hey.
How's it going? You still got a job?
Oh, what does it matter? I can't ever go back there again.
How come?
No, because I cracked. I turned myself in, then I ratted out all my friends.
Sounds like you had a full day.
Where's Darlene?
Last time I saw her, she was out shooting hoops.
Well, I've decided that she's going to confide in me if I have to rip it out of her. Dan, come here!
So then how come you never returned my calls?
All right, I was avoiding you because I didn't know what to say.
It's easy. You want to go out with me, yes or no?
And then we stopped being friends and it becomes something totally different.
So then your answer is no.
And now we're not friends anymore, right?
No. Look, I was ready for this. I can't help liking you that way, but I'll deal with it. You know, I'd rather be friends than nothing.
Okay.
Okay. So I got a couple of bucks. We can go down to the arcade and...
What exactly did you tell her, Dad?
I don't know. I just listened and tried to be there for her. That's all.
Brilliant.
Good morning, everyone. Here's what's ahead on Fox 59 AM. Indiana lawmakers and animal rights advocates zero in on 2 targets across the state, puppy mills and pet shops. We'll have more in just a minute.
And it's a real dog day afternoon. Find out why these Scooby-Doo fans are singing their hearts out.
It looks like another mild day today, but some big changes on the way. We'll talk about that. Joni.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Already a problem near southbound 65 in Edinburgh. We'll see you at 6.
This Craftmatic Model 2 electrically adjustable bed costs no more than many quality flatbeds. And when you buy selected ones with optional heat and built-in massage, you get this fabulous bonus. A 25-inch color TV absolutely free. Call toll-free to receive complete free information by mail. In a flatbed, you have to use pillows to prop yourself up. But in a Craftmatic bed, you adjust yourself into comfortable positions automatically, so you can watch TV, read, and get a great night's sleep. Raise and support your head, neck, shoulders, back, legs, and feet at the touch of a button. Plus, there's optional heat and built-in massage to soothe you. Call toll-free so we can mail you our adjustable bed catalog and a certificate for a free 25-inch color TV with bed purchase. Call to get our free catalog and color TV certificate by mail now. There is absolutely no obligation.
Call toll-free 1-800-650-0990. That's 1-800-650-0990. Toll-free 1-800-650-0990.
Absolutely not. Roseanne Connor is not a danger to herself or the customers.
To the best of your knowledge, is she on any medication?
No. But I think she should be.
So you consider her a good employee?
Well, now that's a poser.
Yes or no, Mr. Karp?
Okay, yes. I was afraid that would happen.
Viacom. Inside the headlines with the Fox 59 report. More women are leaving the rat race, trading in their careers to take care of their kids full-time.
You are who you are, and you do what you do, and you're called to do it.
Why say goodbye to business, and how does this affect the families? Life stories on the Fox 59 report, tonight at 10.
We still get up with the birds like Grandpa did. But we don't do everything he did.
We quit using toothpaste.
Why use toothpaste?
When your whole mouth needs protecting. Not just your teeth. What about your gums and your breath? What we need is a whole mouth paste.
Triple Protection Aquafresh does it all. It's 3 different toothpastes in one.
Works through the day to keep your teeth strong.
Keeps your gums healthy, too. And your breath clean and fresh. Aquafresh works as hard as we do.
It's the whole mouth paste.
Pick it up with 6:51 still in the third. Wallace starts bringing it up big time. 1 for 1 from the arc. 2 from way downtown. 3, just foul it or foul somebody else.
Kraft Parmesan gives any pizza an advantage. There's something about Kraft cheese.
Race-Gilman Discount Mitsubishi is having an inventory tax sale. At Race-Gilman, drive the all-new exciting Lancer for $169 per month. See us now.
More cameras, more maps, more traffic coverage, less traffic headaches. In the air, on the air, everywhere. Introducing Triple Team Traffic, coming soon to Fox 59 AM.
Wouldn't it be great if I opened the show like Aerosmith and started screaming? It is Monday, January 28th of the year 2002. Thanks for joining us, everybody. At 6 a.m., I'm Clarence Reynolds.
And I'm Angela Gannett. Here's what's happening. Prepare for a sheriff's showdown in Marion County. We'll have the latest on a 3-way battle for the badge.
And state lawmakers talk about taking a closer look behind the doors of Indiana pet stores. Find out why.
And she used to play a cop on TV, but in today's Star scene, Kim Delaney ends up on the wrong side of the law.
She will always be Ginny to me.
Ginny.
I know, Ginny Gardner.
Always.
Yeah.
Ginny's in
That
trouble.
voice you hear is that of Cody Stark as he tells you what the weather is like as you head out the door. Good morning, Cody.
Little Ginny Gardner from the
That's
Stories.
right. Tad and Jenny.
Yeah. We are going to see another beautiful, nice, mild day, but there are some changes in the way that might even include a little chance of snow before the week's over with. Talk about that in a second. Joni?
Thanks, Cody. Good Monday morning, everyone, and a nice, beautiful full moon to enjoy, too, for that inbound. And some better news on the south side in Johnson County with southbound 65 reopened down around Edinburgh. We'll get you up to speed on that one in just a few minutes. Back to you, Angela, and dude looks like a lady fan, Clarence.
All right, Johnny, thanks. The campaign to become the next sheriff in Marion County promises to be the most expensive race in local elections this year.
And one reason for the extra cost this year is because the Republican Party has more than one candidate vying for the nomination. Over the weekend, Lawrence Mayor Thomas Schneider received the official Republican nod as the GOP's candidate for sheriff, and he's being challenged by former Sheriff Joseph McAtee. Now, that competition will skyrocket the cost of both men's campaigns.
We're anticipating anything between 800,000 and $1 million. It'll depend. That's what it's going to cost to win that election, both in May and November.
We will spend over $300,000 in the primary alone.
The as-yet unannounced Democratic candidate, former U.S. Marshal Frank Anderson, may also spend up to $500,000 on this race. Final arguments will be held today in the court-martial hearing of Indiana Army National Guard Master Sergeant Robert Weiss. Weiss faces a dishonorable discharge for bogus medical documents. He's accused of enlisting soldiers who never underwent physical examinations. The government says Weiss forged the name of a doctor on physical exams for recruits.
3 Indianapolis police officers are on administrative leave this morning while the shooting of a robbery suspect is investigated. Early yesterday morning, police say 3 men robbed a couple at gunpoint outside of a bar on Morris Street. Now, when police found the suspects in their car, they say 18-year-old Michael Pitcock popped out from the back seat with a gun. The 3 officers shot and killed him. It turns out, though, the gun Pitcock had was only a BB gun. U.S. Congressman Dan Burton says J. Edgar Hoover's name should be removed from the FBI's headquarters because Hoover knew about a conspiracy to send an innocent man to prison. Burton, chairman of the House Committee on Government Reform, spoke on last night's 60 Minutes program. The case involved Joseph Salvati, who was wrongly convicted of murder to protect the FBI's mafia informants. Now, Burton says an investigation into the FBI's handling of that case will continue.
State senators will discuss a bill today to crack down on pet stores across Indiana. One example is found at the Fish Fanatics store in Anderson, where police found 24 dead animals and many more left for dead. Animal activists say the problem goes beyond local pet stores. They also want to look at the suppliers where the stores get their pets. Animal rights activists are also concerned over puppy mills throughout the state. The mills breed puppies nonstop without regard to their health or condition. Investigators say pet shops create the demand for the puppy mills to keep going.
When most people go into a pet store, they're just seeing the pet and they're not seeing the pet in the environment in which it was conceived and raised, and they're just in a cage, and that's all they really see is a cute little puppy.
This is just one small mill in rural Indiana, but there are larger ones where hundreds of puppies are sold all year. The puppies are then sold to stores where they often later develop health problems.
It is 6:04. Kids in the Windy City warmed up their voices in hopes of scoring some Scooby-Doo tickets. The little fans belted out the show tunes this weekend. Most of the youngsters had a blast while singing their hearts out at the Navy Pier. We can't hear them, though. Some even dressed up for the occasion by sporting their favorite Scooby costume, while others simply bellied up to the microphone and belted out the words.
One Saturday morning, I was getting ready.
Oh, Raggy?
I was getting ready, like on a Saturday going to the gym or something, and Scooby was on in the background. The innuendo
Oh, yes.
in that is amazing.
Now, when you watch it as an adult,
you see things and
Wait a
hear
second.
things.
How could they say that?
And how they used to always send everybody off so that Daphne and the blonde guy, what was his name, would always be together. You guys go that way. You, Thelma, you off by yourself.
And isn't there, I haven't watched
There's
it
always
for a
smoke coming out of the van when they
say.
open the door.
Smoking.
That mixed with the Scooby snack, you draw your own conclusion.
Yeah.
We are saying nothing about Scooby. All you Scooby fans.
What? I didn't catch any of that stuff when I was watching Scooby. Apparently with the new movie that's coming out, they're going to explain a lot of things, like why Fred wears the ascot and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's
very exciting.
I'd like to know that.
Yeah, because you know it's got Buffy in it. Anything with Buffy in it, I go see.
All right.
Bottom line. All right, current temperatures outside look like this. See at 36 at the airport, 40 in Shelbyville, 42 in Muncie. It's going to warm up. We'll see temperatures in the upper 50s, but there might be a chance of snow in the way. I'll talk about that in just a second. Joni?
Thanks, Cody. I want to know what's in the Scooby snack, too.
Riboflavin.
That must be it.
Yeah, lots of riboflavin.
Must be it. Good Monday morning, everyone. Well, we start out the Monday morning with a minor problem now, anyway, down south, southbound 65. Around Edinburgh with an overnight police investigation. The right lane is open now. A couple of other problems. Watch it. 96th and College, also Keystone and 86th Street. Had a car go into a ditch. Not a good thing. We'll go ahead and check out Fox 59 GM Cam for you. There it is, 65 north of the downtown area. The lights are coming in right at you and looking good here. Pound 59 if you have any traffic tips. We'll be sure to pass those along. So, as always, have safe travels. We'll check it again shortly. And Cody, Adam left me a note. He said I messed up the clicker. Sorry.
Yeah, he did. He totally dropped it and
What
broke
was that
it
guy
like
doing?
1,000 pieces. I don't know. Too many Scooby snacks. Or maybe not enough.
Oh.
We have a little bit of clouds out here, but as Ludacris says, they're going to roll out. It's not my business. They're going to get out of here. So we'll see pretty much partly to mostly sunny skies today. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous temperatures in the upper 50s. You've got to watch this system right here. A lot of cold air trapped up here. Eventually, this is going to filter on down, and it could bring you a chance of maybe a little rain-snow mix as early as Wednesday. So 58 for a high temperature, another mild one again today. Winds of the southwest at 10 to 15. Tonight's low temperature 44 degrees with things starting to cloud up. And here is your ever-popular 5-day forecast. 51 tomorrow, and then Wednesday, 37 to 33, with a little precipitation that could change into freezing rain or a little snow for Thursday. This weather was brought to you by Chrysler.
Amazing. Yesterday and today. Can you believe
It's
it?
like springtime.
So the Monon was packed.
Oh, I'm
There
sure.
was a billion people out there. They were running in like a clump.
Right, it's like the New York Marathon. Everybody's just running together.
That is awesome.
That or something in, Louis Anderson's bloodstream. You know, it was just this big clump of people, and they were kind of mess.
Oh, it was great.
Clump of fat.
Can't complain.
No way.
That's right. Well, the U.S. is coming under increasing pressure to reclassify the Taliban detainees. Are they detainees or something else? The debate continues, and it's the question in this morning's Fox Talk.
Also ahead, it is countdown to kickoff here on Fox. Sports director Eric Ritchie sets up the Super Bowl matchup. It's all right after this.
Hey, Mike, do you and Maggie ever think about, swapping?
Oh, yeah. Your wife is into that? Definitely. And the kids.
Kids. Okay, here are my keys. Let me get yours.
Perfect.
We're in!
Chrysler Town & Country. With a variety of models, available power sliding side door and liftgate. Some people just have to try them all.
Hey there.
Exclusively from Chrysler. R7100 powertrain pledge, 2,000 cash allowance or low financing. Something Honda, Toyota, and GM don't give you.
It's a long couple of days, but I wouldn't change a thing. You were there with me, that's why I sing. From the Hoosier Lottery, it's as big as it can be. Go
the 80th anniversary. Come on in. The GMC Indianapolis Home Show, where you can tour the centerpiece home built by Davis Homes. Come on in. Shop, compare, and save on the latest in renovating, decorating, kitchens, baths, windows, and more. Over 750 exhibits and lots of experts on the feature stage.
You got so much to show you and a million ideas to take home.
January 25th through February 3rd at the Indiana State Fairgrounds.
Create your dream kitchen for less money at Menard. Start with our free countertop and kitchen design center, then save on quality pre-finished oak cabinets from Kitchen Compact and oak or maple cabinets by Truewood. They're affordable, elegant, and on sale. Top things off with custom craft countertops. Choose from hundreds of combinations of edge styles and colors on sale, starting at $7.99 a lineal foot. Get quality, selection, and value at Menard.
Save big money at Menards.
Good morning. It's 6:11, 36 degrees. The controversy over the classification of al-Qaeda detainees in Cuba continues this morning.
In the Fox Flash, the U.S. government is being criticized for not classifying the detainees as prisoners of war. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld says that will not happen either. He says they are among the most dangerous, best trained, vicious killers on earth. The topic is likely to be discussed today as the National Security Council meets, though. It is also our topic this morning in Fox Talk. Should the Taliban detainees be called prisoners of war? Should the al-Qaeda members be described as prisoners of war and be eligible for rights under the Geneva Convention? Why or why not? What do you think? Log on to fox59.com, the AM show, then Fox Talk, and tell us what you think.
The Wall Street Journal has received pictures of their missing reporter, and he appears to be in danger. One of them shows 38-year-old Daniel Pearl with a gun pointed at his head. The email accuses Pearl of being an undercover CIA officer, but officials for both the Wall Street Journal and the CIA deny any connection. Pearl is on assignment in Pakistan. He's been missing since Wednesday.
The family of 2 American hostages being held by Filipino rebels is begging for their release. Gracie and Martin Burnham have been held since last May. They were taken from a resort in the Philippines where they were celebrating their anniversary. The couple is being held on the island of Basilan, located 500 miles south of Manila. The family says they are not able to afford the ransom.
Well, the big game is set, and it's the Patriots versus the Rams in Super Bowl 36, which will be televised right here on Fox 59.
That's right. Eric Ritchie takes a look at how they did it, plus the rest of the day in sports as we count down to the Super Bowl.
Good morning, everyone. We begin our morning look at sports with this championship football games. The AFC, the NFC. Let's start with the one that was right here on Fox. The Rams trying to go to the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. Didn't look good when Donovan McNabb hooked up with Todd Pinkston, and all of a sudden the Eagles have the lead. But Marshall Faulk, 2 touchdowns, lost his helmet on this one, 159 yards rushing. Rams win 29-24. Tom Brady got rolled in the second quarter at Pittsburgh. Enter stage left, your $100 million backup, talking about Drew Bledsoe. He promptly threw a touchdown pass to David. I was a beast against the Colts. Patton, 24-17. The Patriots are headed to the Super Bowl, which of course can be seen right here. Purdue women's team taking on Iowa, looking for a school record 22nd straight win. That's Erica Valek with the bucket and the foul. She was one of 5 Purdue starters in double figures. Purdue wins their 22nd straight at Mackey, 82-68. And the Ice taking on Amarillo. Here is Chris George, one of his 2 goals on the day. Also, Jason Selicki scored a pair, and the Ice win 4-1. Always trying to talk about birthdays lately here in the morning sports. And the birthdays I want to talk about are the birthdays from yesterday. Our director, Joe Dimple, went XXX on us. XXX, what? Roman numerals. Come on, he turned 30. He's a Johnstown, Pennsylvania native, and his Steelers lost. So sorry about that, but happy belated birthday to Joe Dimple and to our sports producer, Wes Woodward, who was busy shooting those ice highlights. So happy birthdays to a couple guys behind the scenes here in Fox 59. That does it for now. I'm Eric Ritchie saying be sure to watch Chris Hagan tonight at 10 with your sports.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, the Super Bowl will mean a lot to a Michigan man and his family, but not because of who wins. Randy Reel of Lansing, Michigan, will have the chance to convert a 40-yard field goal into a cool $1 million. Reel says he used to kick in high school, but he does not think that is going to mean much. He's a little nervous, but says the chance to put his kid through college should help motivate him for success.
Wow.
I want to see the end of that. How far is it going? I want to see how he's doing here. Wait, show us a long one. No. He's got a few days to practice.
He could kick for the Steelers.
Yeah, he's at Michigan State's gym there.
Is it, what's his name again?
Randy Reel.
He looks like Dr. Phil.
He does.
I'm going to kick that ball right over
You
here.
never know. You know. Oh.
There we go.
Good, yeah.
He's just hooking it.
40 yards.
He's going to be practicing. Wait.
Oh, man. He's got to hook it?
I cannot wait.
He needs Oprah holding the ball.
Right.
Where's Oprah when
I was
you need
looking
her?
at a kickoff yesterday, and I forget who the kicker was. I was at Fridays at Keystone Eaton watching TV. And it looked like a Las Vegas fan kick, but it went far. I was like, all I need is hands on his hips and woof, that leg
Oh, I
went
know
up.
who you're talking about.
I was
It's
like,
the Patriots kicker.
That
He does
was-
like
yes.
this. He comes like this and he comes around and kicks.
yeah, it was like a Las Vegas fan kick. I was like, you've got a future as a showgirl, just in case.
He does the can and the kickoff.
That's right.
Let's go take a look at the temperatures outside. It is 46 right now in Bloomington, 36 at the airport in Indianapolis, and 42 in Lafayette. We're going to see another crazy mild day. We'll talk about that in just a second, including a chance of some snow maybe later on. So we got a lot to talk about. Don't we?
But what does he look like in feathers? That's the question. And a plume? Good morning, everyone. Unfortunately, some problems, on this early morning inbound. We're going to go ahead and talk about the north side first. Watch it right here on this map, north side map, right around 96th and College. We got an accident. Not too far from that at Keystone and 86th Street, a pretty serious injury. The car actually in a ditch, so we do have emergency gear on the scene. That intersection blocked. Keystone and 86th Street, of course, near Woodfield Crossing. Steady inbound there, southbound 69, really picking up a little steam, 82nd Street down to 465. And, of course, you've got the work zone a little bit south of Allisonville and 116th Street. Fox 59 GMCAM, we go ahead and take a look at the downtown drive right now. The south split. 65 and 70, quiet, and it still looks like you can be a little choosy about which lane you want to travel in. Pound 59 with any traffic tips. We'll be sure to pass that along. So, as always, have safe travels, and we'll check it again shortly. Cody, go long.
Okay.
Over to you.
Went long yesterday, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is the eastern satellite view of the United States. We got some clouds back to the west of us. See the little line of clouds right there? That's where the cold front is, and that cold front's going to be very important to you, say, Tuesday night into Wednesday and Thursday, because that's what's going to change our weather from that nice, mild conditions that we've seen through the weekend, and today will be nice and mild. Back behind here, a lot of cool air that's going to filter in. Along with the front, you're also going to get some precipitation. When it gets colder, we could see a chance of a mix of precipitation. So enjoy this. Another mild one, 58 for a high temperature. Winds of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, the clouds will start to roll in that's associated with that system. But really, we're going to hold off the rain until Tuesday night. As the temperatures drop, we might see the rain switch over to a little freezing rain mix there, and maybe a little snow on Thursday. The ground's not frozen anymore, so that's going to be helping us. The ground is thawed. This weather was brought to you by Jeep. There's only one. There's only one in my garage. Today. I love Jeep.
You do?
Yeah. So Wednesday into Thursday is the time you should go see the Mothman Prophecies.
How is that, anyway?
Clarence and I saw it, not together, because Clarence doesn't do things with me in public, but we went and saw the movie this weekend.
Yeah.
I did not sleep at all Saturday night.
Really?
Well, I didn't sleep last night, but Saturday night I slept. That was induced.
Is that
But-
like a psychological thriller?
Well, no.
No.
It's kind of a true story.
Yeah.
And let me tell you.
Well, Richard Gere's in it, so I'll go check it
And
out.
Deborah Messing and Laura Linney.
Oh, love her.
And
Just
it's a
bizarre,
great
or-
cast.
Give us one or
but
two
it
words.
really just kind of scares me.
I would say scare the bejeebus out of you.
It scared me. I mean, and all of the critics say it's not scary. So when you read a review about it, you're going to say it's not scary. But you know what? Yeah, it is.
Well, that's why I mean, everything I've heard about it, you're right. It's not scary. They're saying it's more of like a psychological thriller.
Right.
So that's why.
But it's based on a true story, and Cody actually went and looked it up, and it's real stuff, and it's scary. That's scary to me. I don't know
Check
about
that
you,
out.
but when things start happening,
Like the premise of the movie is scary enough, and it's set in West Virginia.
right? You know. Anyway,
You sure it's not Deliverance?
Yeah.
That was scary. It was in many ways.
you would have thought so by some of the dental work in there.
Hey, everybody. Shireen has the day off. but we have the star scene covered. Details about an actress's arrest in just a second.
And it was a thrilling weekend at the box office. Oh my goodness, there it is. Find out if Richard Gere's new flick, Mothman Prophecies, was able to come out on top. And here's our Fox Pop quiz. In college, what did Richard Gere major in college?
Oh, I know this.
The answer is coming up after the break. Stay with us.
AM Sports Flash is brought to you by AOL Digital City.
America's discovering how easy it is to go online with America Online.
Welcome. Very easy to get started.
You've got mail.
Free 24-hour customer service.
Instant messages are great. Parental controls give me peace of mind.
And don't forget to visit AOL's local guide to over 200 U.S. cities. You'll find great information about local restaurants, shopping, and more. For your hometown or places you travel, Digital City on AOL is your #1 local guide.
America Online is a nice place to live.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
Can Principal Harper accept his daughter dating an older man? If you continue to see her, I will kill you.
Let's go.
All new Boston Public. That just slipped out. Tonight at 8. Inside the headlines with the Fox 59 report. More women are leaving the rat race, trading in their careers to take care of their kids full time.
You are who you are, and you do what you do, and you're called to do it.
Why say goodbye to business? And how does this affect the families? Life stories on the Fox 59 report tonight at 10.
See, it's cool. Come on, let's go.
With its patented four-wheel drive system, Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo is extremely capable.
Thanks.
But still as well-mannered as ever.
What a gentleman.
Only Jeep gives you our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge to keep you on the trail.
The man is a legend. He is skill, grace, finesse. And at these Olympic Winter Games, one thing that shouldn't hold him back is the pain, inflammation, and stiffness of osteoarthritis. With just one Celebrex, he gets powerful 24-hour relief from these 3 symptoms. Because he didn't come here to disappoint this crowd. Celebrex should not be taken if you've had aspirin-sensitive asthma or allergic reactions to aspirin or other arthritis medicines or certain drugs called sulfonamides. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems.
I've never seen any sense.
Ask your doctor about Celebrex, official supporter of the 2002 U.S. Olympic team.
Kraft Parmesan gives any pizza an advantage. There's something about Kraft cheese.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is 6:23 on a Monday morning.
That's right. In this morning's Star Report, an actress who played a New York detective has a real-life run-in with law.
On the star scene, former NYPD star Kim Delaney is out of jail this morning after being arrested on drunk driving charges over the weekend. The 40-year-old actress was arrested in Malibu, California, Saturday night. Deputies say witnesses called and reported a person driving erratically. Delaney was released from custody and served a notice to appear in court.
That would never have happened if she just stayed Jenny Gardner.
Just stay,
Forgot
Jenny.
that NYPD would just stay Jenny Gardner. Love her.
Another famous actress who is familiar with legal troubles of her own is getting more support from an LA entrepreneur. Nearly 1,000 free Winona shirts have now been sold. Winona fans can also get their hands on tote bags with a picture of Ryder's face and the phrase, "I paid for this stuff." Ryder is accused of shoplifting thousands of dollars in clothing from Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills last month. You likely know about that. And Cody has a shirt on the way, or have you gotten it yet?
I got it this weekend.
Got it this weekend.
Matter of fact, I'm going to wear it in the second half of the show.
Oh, yay! And the actress is free on bond. She has not been officially charged with a crime.
New Line Cinema and the creators of the upcoming Austin Powers film are looking for a new name this morning. The title, Austin Powers in Goldmember, was ruled inadmissible by the Motion Picture Association of America. The decision comes after a protest by MGM and United Artists, who say the title is a parody of the 1964 James Bond film Goldfinger. You think? Of course.
Yeah.
New Line Cinema is expected to appeal the ruling.
How many times has that happened in the past where people do that? Anyway,
Yeah.
a Hollywood heartthrob and major Hollywood director are teaming up once again. Tom Cruise and Steven Spielberg's first film together hasn't even hit the big screen yet, and the dynamic duo is planning their next move. Cruise is going to star and co-produce the upcoming movie Ghost Soldiers. Spielberg will direct that film. The World War II drama will be based on the best-selling book about survivors of the infamous Bhutan Death March.
The latest war movie to hit the silver screen took the top spot at the weekend box office. This is the second week in a row that the action thriller Black Hawk Down claimed the #1 spot. The story of the U.S. military operation in Somalia raked in $18.2 million. And it was a dog-eat-dog place for second place. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s canine comedy Snow Dogs edged out singer Mandy Moore's Weeper, A Walk to Remember. Richard Gere's new film, Mothman Prophecies, debuted in the #4 spot, and A Beautiful Mind managed to remain in the top 5.
Finally saw A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, I'm seeing it today. Yeah,
I think
see
I
it
like
today. And you know what? Those numbers are so close that they say that once the box office is tallied, there might be some switching around because the numbers are
11.7, 11.8.
right. They're all very, very close, so they might change. So you might see a different box office at the end of the day when they actually finish counting, as they do there in Hollywood. Anyway, Richard Gere's new film, Mothman Prophecies, which is really scary, was a hit at this weekend's box office.
Now it's time to check the answer to our Fox Pop quiz that we had for you this morning. Okay, we wanted to know, in college, what was Richard Gere's major? Okay, we asked, was it comparative literature, dramatic arts, Eastern religions, music theory and composition, philosophy, or psychology? Drum roll. The answer?
This is what I would have guessed, yeah, it was philosophy. Now, despite the fact that Richard played several musical instruments and wrote songs for high school productions, when he got to college, he majored in philosophy, and he only lasted 2 years before dropping out to pursue his acting career.
Wow, interesting stuff.
Absolutely. Well, still ahead today, there is more bad news for employees at a major computer company. Stay tuned to see who is being affected by the latest layoffs.
And he survived the attacks at the World Trade Center. Now he is recovering from the attack in Israel. We're going to have this man's amazing story of survival. Also, a local county commissioner will undergo bariatric surgery today, and guess who's paying for it? More on that in just a minute.
It's the start of another year, and Chevy wants to make it one to remember. That's why we're kicking it into overdrive with $2,002 cash back on every new 2001 and 2002 Chevy car, truck, and SUV. Plus, right now, get 5.9% APR financing on every new 2002 Chevrolet. It's a new year, and a new Chevy could make all the difference. So see your local Chevy dealer today.
These are the wonder years, when kids are unique. A time when they seem to change right before your eyes. It's good to know Wonder Bread gives them essential vitamins and minerals, plus 200% more calcium than regular white bread. Because during these years, kids are on a mission. Wonder Bread, helping build strong bodies for generations.
Never pay long distance again with Cingular Wireless. Save $100 on a Nokia phone. Nationwide self-expression is Cingular.
In these
premier rod and custom show returns. The CarQuest 500 World of Wheels, presented by Race Gilman Discount Auto. February 1st through the 3rd, Indiana State Fairgrounds. See America's coolest cover cars, presented by Eagle One. Meet Dukes of Hazzard's Catherine Bach, NASCAR's Bobby Allison and Sterling Marlin, and Joni Laurer, formerly WWF's China. See the hot street racer from the Fast and the Furious. And meet Jerry Springer's Steve Wilco. It's World of Wheels, February 1st through the 3rd, Indiana State Fairgrounds. Discount tickets at CarQuest.
Part of the GM Performance Parts Show Car Series.
Good morning. It is 6:30 and 36 degrees.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
The Johnson County Commissioner who voted to change his own county's health insurance policy will benefit from those changes today.
Jim Rhodes is 48 years old and weighs nearly 400 pounds. He says his doctor told him to lose weight or he could die. So he helped push through a county ordinance that changes Johnson County's health insurance policy to cover bariatric surgeries. Today, he is having a $23,000 stomach stapling surgery.
Wishart Hospital is falling short of the money needed to fund its new burn center. The Indianapolis Star reports that Wishart is about halfway to the $11.7 million goal for the building, which should open later this year. The building will replace an outdated unit housed in a wing that was built in 1917. A telethon is planned for March 3rd to help close the gap, and all of those funds, if they're not raised, the remainder will be transferred from other projects. Well, there is renewed hope this morning for charities after a dismal 2001. The Indianapolis Star reports that while some charities had a successful 2001, most groups fell short. The country's recession is being blamed for a part of the problem, and analysts say in addition to a slow economy, many people focused their giving on September 11th funds. An Indiana University study suggests people will return to other charities this year, in turn helping organizations reach their goal.
A fundraising trip to the Big Apple proved successful for a group of local American Legion members, though. In just 2 days, the group was able to raise more than $11,000 for the Twin Towers Fund. The Fraternal Order of Eagles 933 and VFW 1282 joined forces and held a 2-day-long bingo. They were only aiming to raise $7,000 to $10,000, and organizers were pleasantly surprised when the small community surpassed their goal.
Our biggest thanks goes out to the bingo players. They are actually the people who came in here and gave all their money, and they knew it was going to a worthwhile cause.
The group presented a check to the Deputy Mayor of New York and was given VIP access to see the Trade Center disaster site.
A World Trade Center attack survivor survives yet another terrible attack.
In this morning's Fox Flash, Mark Salowa, a native of Long Island, New York, survived the September 11th terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. He was in Israel over the weekend on vacation and was waiting at a Jerusalem shoe store when that suicide bomber hit over the weekend. He was only slightly injured, though.
The Dalai Lama was admitted to a Bombay hospital Sunday after doctors detected a lump in his stomach. Hospital officials say the supreme leader of the Tibetan Buddhists was cheerful and talking with his associates. The Dalai Lama had undergone a medical checkup in early December and was found to be completely normal. The Dalai Lama has been living in exile from China after fleeing Tibet in 1959 following a failed uprising against communist rule.
The Marion County Sheriff's Department is on the scene of an accident and possible homicide on the city's north side. They say a woman was found dead in a car that was partially submerged in a drainage ditch at 8200 Woodfield Crossing. Now, this is in a popular office complex at 82nd and Keystone, you may know, near Keystone at the crossing. Initial reports say the woman was found strapped in the front passenger seat of the car, and the driver is missing. Police say the victim was shot to death, and right now they are talking to a newspaper carrier about a possible lead in this case. We have a live report coming up for you in just a few minutes.
Well, it is some men's dream, especially Rusty's, to go out on a date with a Playboy playmate, and it was a dream come true for a California teen. High school senior Toby Hawking was accompanied to his winter formal by Playboy's Miss December 1989. And here's the catch. She asked him, it's not really the catch, but she asked him. The Playmate picked Toby after reading his college entrance essay, and in it, the straight-A clarinet player says he sometimes feels like an outcast. And Miss December said that the essay was really deep.
Wait, I missed it. She was Miss Playboy of 1989?
89.
Okay.
Miss December.
12 years, I mean, you know, she had to be at least 18 at the time.
Right.
Well, I guess she could still, if she was that young, but she's probably in her mid-30s.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
She probably still looks good.
I'm sure.
Now, when you write a college entry essay, do they just send those directly to Playboy and Hustler?
That's what I'm wondering. Is
Or,
she working in the admissions office at
Yes.
Yale?
Does Miles Brandt,
Harvard, I think.
Miles Brandt doesn't read that at all. They just send it right to Playboy. Hugh Hefner gets them, and then the Playmates, that's who figures out who you get into college. Interesting. All right, current temperatures outside, kind of mild for this time of year. 36 at the airport, 40 in Shelbyville, 41 in Anderson. Guess what? We're going to be pushing 60 degrees for a high temperature today, but it might snow this week. We'll figure that stuff out in just a second. Joni?
Yeah, who knew? People do get Playboy to read the magazines.
Yeah, apparently so.
Go figure. Well, good morning, everyone. We've got some... Am I hearing voices in my
Yes, you
head?
are.
Okay. I didn't know if I was sharing with everyone or not. Wasn't sure about that. We've got some problems this morning on the north side. We're going to go ahead and get to it, checking out this north side map. You heard about the police investigation happening on the north side right now, and it has tied up northbound Keystone just a little south of 86th Street. The right lane is definitely blocked there at Woodfield Crossing. So the police investigation continues, and it is affecting the right lane. That is blocked there northbound Keystone, just a little bit south of 86th Street. Extremely busy now up in the old Hasselton area, southbound 69 stretching down from 116th Street down to 82nd Street. Plus you've got the east side of 465 packed now anywhere from Fall Creek up to I-69, southbound as well as northbound. We'll go ahead and check out good old Fox 59 Jam Cam for you. 65 and 70 with the north split looking pretty good here. So apparently, well, everybody's driving like they should be. Pound 59 with any traffic tips. We'll be sure to pass those along, and as always, have safe travels. Over to you, Cody.
Yeah, I love it when it's Glasses Day. When you
Yeah,
wear
well,
glasses. I love those.
I do too. I love Glasses Day.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give me some glasses because I can't see at all. I don't know what this is. That looks like 42 in Lafayette.
It's a map.
It's a little fuzzy. 36 at the airport and 40 right now in Shelbyville. We'll probably make it up to the upper 50s for a high temperature day, and we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies as the clouds break up just a little bit. Big changes on the way, though. This cold front right here is eventually going to weasel its way through here. Looks like Tuesday night into Wednesday, that's when we're going to see the majority of the changes. That's when the cooler air filters in, and that's when the moisture kind of meets up with it. So we can see rain showers overnight. Then sometime on Wednesday, we could see a little rain-snowy mix. Another mild one today, though. 58 winds of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Yes, they'll be running in clumps on the Monon Trail again today. 44, clouding up, and here is your 5-day forecast. 51 on Tuesday. Wednesday, there's the rain showers switching over to maybe a little freezing rain and sleet there, and then a freezing snow and rain on Thursday. This weather was brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. And once again, we said by the horns.
Speaking of horns, we're going to have wild animals in here in about an hour.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Which ones?
Yeah. A whole lot of them. A whole bunch of different
Alligators.
Yeah.
So it was gone.
We're going to have and a very rare, I believe, albino alligator is going to be here too.
still
What
bite.
else? Hissing cockroaches.
Oh, yay.
And
Can't
probably
wait.
some bear cubs and tiger cubs.
Think back to Florida, hissing cockroaches. Not those guys. Those are
Good stuff.
The controversy over the classification of al-Qaeda detainees in Cuba continues this morning.
In today's Fox Talk, we want to know if you think the al-Qaeda detainees, the Taliban detainees, should they be called prisoners of war and be eligible for rights under the Geneva Conventions? I find this extremely interesting.
Yeah, we've got a couple people. We've got Autumn. Good morning, Autumn.
Hi, Autumn.
Who says that as far as I'm concerned, terrorists have no rights whatsoever. I think they should have a trial, and if convicted of being a terrorist, they are no longer prisoners of war, but detainees. And she also says that the Geneva Convention should have a clause to compensate situations like this.
I've really found it interesting, too. We've been talking about this, what Donald Rumsfeld said yesterday, I think it was. They don't wear uniforms. They're not part of an, as far as Al-Qaeda goes, not members of a country, I mean, not fighting in an army, fighting for war, for a country. So I can see that now as far as the Taliban goes.
That's a different story.
In my opinion.
And there's a bit of both in the Guantanamo Bay. One of the things that's coming out is how scary it is, and they are afraid that these gentlemen are starting to organize inside of the camp at Guantanamo.
Was it last week when it was, you know, we were seeing these pictures of them being handcuffed and wearing masks? Well, too bad. You know what I mean? It's like, well, should they be getting, and I understand that we all have rights, but come on.
Well, they're the world's, some of the world's worst killers, and as I said, they're believed that they're starting to organize, passing notes and things like that.
This will be a very hot Fox Talk topic, guarantee you.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody's got an opinion on it.
Well, let us know what you think. Log on to fox59.com and do all that stuff you know how to get to.
All right, everybody, still ahead this morning. There's no place like home. We will be live at this year's home show. Is that where you're? Maybe. You might be there. Might be there. Well, hang on. It's kind of a little tease for you. Cody's going to be somewhere today. If you need, maybe here. If you need a little boost this morning on this Monday, we have just the man to do it. Lou Stoops will be in a little bit.
And there's good news for travelers. Ahead and minding your business, find out what airlines are now doing to get you flying. And who said football was just a man's sport? Ahead, we'll introduce you to some major fans who are of the opposite sex.
In that house on the hill when you drop like 80 on his down payment, thinking damn ain't life gravy. And ever since from my honey I've been twice delayed. But what I do without the nights that you kept me warm when this cold world had a world.
Everyone thought Kempner was going to the left, but she's going to the right. What a blistering pace. What maneuvering. She has to be careful. This kind of stunt can send her and her crew home early. This was a fast track when the race started. Oh, yeah, but the temperature's heating up, and I tell you, that can mean trouble for Kempner. Whoa, there's contact.
Laura Prepon hosts a night of comedy.
I don't want to blink because I'm afraid to miss even a second of your cuteness. I could tear your eyelids off.
Tuesday at 8 on Fox 59.
Excuse me, can you take Timmy to tuba practice?
No problem. Hey, Mr. Battle of Gettysburg? No problem. Can you take me to the truck, please? No problem.
Chicken American?
Dodge Caravan. It offers an exclusive power rear hatch and 972 seating configurations. Grab Dodge's 7-100 powertrain pledge, plus $2,000 cash allowance or low financing. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match this.
Kittles Rooms Express has a money-saving surprise for you. Celebrate our new Southport Commons grand opening at all Kittles Rooms Express with big savings. Like this complete 7-piece living room package, now only $9.99. That's just $31 a month. Plus, no monthly payments and no interest for 1 year. Get discount package prices on brand-name bedrooms, dinettes, and more. All ready for delivery. Now at all Kittles Rooms Express, Indiana's fastest-growing furniture stores.
I wanted to be able to play with my kids, to wear pretty clothes,
to not avoid family photographs.
And I needed people to know that
They shouldn't stare.
This wasn't really me.
That I felt trapped.
But there is a way out.
Through surgical and medical programs that can help you.
If excess weight is limiting your lifestyle.
It worked for me.
And me.
And me.
St. Vincent Bariatric Weight Loss Services. It's not just the pounds you'll lose, it's the hope you'll gain.
The weekend will be over before you know it. The memories, however, have no expiration date. Explore St. Louis. There's more than meets the arch. Call 1-800-888-FUN-1.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. And minding your business this morning, Gateway is handing out pink slips. More than 2,000 of the company maker's employees will soon face unemployment. The layoffs will affect workers at Gateway's Tech Support Center in New Mexico, as well as its offices in Southern California, Massachusetts, and Colorado. Gateway says the cutbacks are part of an effort to cut costs due to sliding sales. The PC maker says it will lose money for the next several quarters as it becomes more aggressive in pricing its products. Just last year, the company laid off 5,000 workers, nearly a quarter of its workforce. Gateway is the nation's fourth largest computer maker and probably setting itself up to be purchased. Well, here is more evidence that the airlines are bending to consumer needs. Northwest Airlines will eliminate blackout dates for tickets purchased with frequent flyer miles. And yes, holidays are included. But during a holiday period, fewer seats than usual will be available for booking with those frequent flyer awards. They'll probably have like 2 on each plane. The change will take effect March 1st. Now, American Airlines has also eliminated blackout dates. That is effective February 1st, or Friday.
Oh.
Well, that's minding your business. We're going to go to Cody.
Oh, that's right, because Groundhog Day's on Saturday this year. I can't celebrate properly.
That's right. Puxatawny Phil. Or, of course, Cody in a groundhog suit.
In a groundhog suit, as I usually do every year.
Either of the two.
It's the same thing. All right. Here's the deal. Got big changes in your forecast. Current temperatures outside. Once you wanted to... Oh, somebody emailed me the other day. Quit saying outside, they said.
You don't want to get the same thing.
I wish people could see.
All right, current temperatures in Shelby, 40. 41 in Anderson, 42 in Muncie. Probably make it up into the upper 50s all over the place today. It's going to be another beautiful day, lots and lots of sunshine. There are some changes in the way. Notice how frothy the clouds are to the west of us. That's a cold front out there, and when it swings through here, it's going to bring you a chance of some snow, it looks like, or at least a mix of rain, snow. Looks like Wednesday and Thursday. So another mild one today, 58 degrees, winds of the southwest, 10 to 15. Tonight, 44 degrees for outside low temperature. And here is your 5-day forecast. 51 on Tuesday. Tuesday night is when we think the rain showers will start. And look, as the temperatures drop, it might switch over to a little frozen stuff. All right, time now for my favorite part of the show. Next, the credits, of course. We come up with your excuse not to go to work, so you don't have to. This one was sent in by alert viewer Amber Agan of Plainfield, Indiana. Amber says, "It's not my fault I'm late. My alarm clock stopped working when I threw it across the room." Thank you very much, Amber. Be like Amber. Send us in a daily excuse. Fox59.com is the place to go. Include your name and your phone number, or you can just fax it to us at 687-6556. Clarence.
Thank you, sir.
Well, with the Rams and Patriots win yesterday, the slate for Super Bowl 36 is set.
That's right. Fox 59 is beginning the countdown to kickoff. Each day this week, we're going to take a look at a Super Bowl-related story that will boost your knowledge of football. And today, Tracy Wells has some insight on women in pads.
Y'all ready for this?
Underneath these pads and helmets are women playing hard and gaining respect with every hit. After their inaugural season, the Women's American Football League is alive and growing in Indianapolis, but the Vipers know they have a lot to work on.
I think, just teaching the girls, I mean, all of them out here, but on our team except 3, are brand new, and they've learned so much this season.
The Indiana Vipers just wrapped up their first season, losing to the Jacksonville Dixie Blues 38-32 in the playoffs Saturday, finishing the year with a respectable 6-4 record.
Having heart to play, which most of these girls out here, I mean, they're out here for the heart. We're not making any money.
These pro football players do make some money, but not enough. Most have 2 jobs now. With expansion teams headed to the league next season, Vipers head coach Casey Carter believes more games will bring a better record and more fans to the stands. Along with them, hopefully, more money to the sport of women's football.
We never got to play actually more than 2 games in a row. So next year with the schedule and certain teams coming in, we're probably going to be able to play a lot consistently.
Learning football is a game. It's new for us. And basically, just a lot of things. Just learning. Just learning, working hard over the offseason.
And that was Tracy Wells with that. Our countdown to kickoff Super Bowl coverage continues all week long. Tonight at 10, we will have the complete Chicks Guide to Football. And hello to some of the girls from Brownsburg High School. They play on that team.
Yeah, I'd totally go to one of their games. I would really like to. It looks like it's really fun.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we have a lot more in store for you this morning in the next hour of Fox 59 AM.
But first, Lou Stoops is back with tips on how you can learn life's lessons from those around you. Today's Monday Motivator is coming up next.
In inside the headlines with the Fox 59 report. More women are leaving the rat race, trading in their careers to take care of their kids full-time.
You are who you are, and you do what you do, and you're called to do it.
Why say goodbye to business, and how does this affect the families? Life stories on the Fox 59 report, tonight at 10.
It's a tribute to America as the Super Bowl 36 pregame show kicks off.
Super Sunday coverage begins Sunday at 1:30 on Fox 59.
What are you doing? I couldn't decide, so I brought a bunch home. Thinking of going with the white.
Only Sears offers the top 6 brands, including Kenmore, and sells more appliances than anyone, with a price match guarantee and great credit options. Sears, where else?
Routers, networks, some people are actually afraid of this stuff. Not Stacy.
What would I do without Stacy? I hope I never have to find out. I love Mondays.
ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. Now you can take advantage of our 3-day-a-week programs, a more flexible schedule to reach your goals. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH today.
Asthma was only going so far and always wanting to go further. Today, there is Advair. Ain't no mountain high enough. Advair is clinically proven to increase symptom-free days because Advair is the first and only product to effectively treat the 2 main components of asthma, airway constriction and inflammation. No other single product does that. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. People switching from an oral steroid like prednisone to Advair, which contains an inhaled steroid, need to be especially careful. While adjusting to the switch, your body may not be as able to heal after surgery, infection, or serious injury. If you have heart or blood pressure problems, tell your doctor. Some people may experience a change in heart rhythm. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve. Ask your doctor if Advair is right for you. Advair, because life should take your breath away, not asthma.
Hey, good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome back to Fox 59 AM. I'm Joni Michaels. The Traffic Lounge is open. This just in from Chuck Hole, our assistant in the Traffic Lounge. The clicker is officially broken. That's right. I don't know what Adam Ritz did to it, but it's not working. So we'll have to see if we can get that fixed for you. But we do have some map action, and on the maps we go, and a few things happening. First of all, up in Castleton, extremely busy traffic rolling down southbound 69, not because of an accident, just a lot of heavy volume working its way south of 116th Street down to 82nd Street. Allisonville Road, a lot of people trying to offload onto the 465 ramps. And of course, we have the police investigation that is blocking the right lane of northbound Keystone south of 86th Street. That is near Woodfield Crossing. So police investigation there, right lane blocked. Well, Fox 59 JM Cam, we drop in on the downtown drive between the splits. Not too bad. 65 and 70, looking pretty darn good there. Pound 59, if you spot traffic trouble, give us a call. It is free if you use Singular Wireless. So there you have it. Have safe travels, and we'll check it again shortly. Clarence?
All right, thank you very much, Joni. I heard you say something. It went, and you stopped. Oh, she said motivate her this Monday. We will. It's Monday and time for some motivation, and Lou Stoops is here to tell us about lessons learned through teams.
Yes. And there are many.
Are there?
And varied. Yes.
There's no I in team, so.
Oh, that's good.
I came up with that myself.
That ought to be on a coffee mug or something.
It should. So how can, I mean, you know, we're heading toward the Olympics, and we're, people are thinking, you know, there are some team sports there, bobsled, you know, but people are starting to think in teams to get jobs done.
Yeah.
It is what other cultures have used for a long time. I mean, the Japanese culture builds cars in teams. I mean, they think of a lot of their electronics.
Yes.
They create and develop in teams. And we're that rugged individualist here.
Well, we're seeing that diminish somewhat over recent years. In fact, it's been probably several decades that team work has become not only fashionable, at first because of Japanese model, but also becoming very profitable, and the marketplace has shifted to a great degree to teamwork, because people realize that teams are able to be leveraged in such a way as to produce more. And aside from that, from the perspective that I would have working with people, I see that teams meet an inherent need that everybody has, and that is to belong. We need to belong to a group or something greater and outside ourselves. And teams provide that. They provide also an environment for potential conflict and difficulty.
Which sometimes is not so bad either.
No.
Some of the conflict is a way to grow.
If there's a perimeter or an established procedure, set plan or course to be able to deal with a conflict. If everybody's willy-nilly doing what they want, hey, you can get that rugged individualism back to the forefront and get some big fights going on.
That's true.
And a lot of companies do have that problem where people can't get along. There's a lot of infighting. The teams, instead of being productive, become very destructive.
Okay.
So there's some life lessons that maybe should have probably been first learned at mama's knee that can come as a benefit in teams. The first one is enhanced communication skills. We need to learn how to get along, to communicate effectively. Heightens that likelihood to be able to say specifically what it is that you want or need, and to say it in a way that it's not misinterpreted. One of the things I do in seminars all the time when I work with teams and work with groups is constantly try to help them clarify. They will expound on something, and I'll say, what do you mean? And then they'll clarify again. So what do you mean? To try to pull away the layers to get to the essence of what it is they're trying to say. So communication skills generally over time are enhanced through team effort, because you have to be able to do it. And then also you have to be able to get through conflict in preventing it and resolving it. And conflict arises in groups and teams, and you can get that skill. And of course you need to be able to be civil under pressure, get along with people. And you're going to always have pressure when you have people in a group.
And just be civil about it.
Well, if you're not civil, you're going to have all kinds of problems. And sooner or later, you're going to have conflict that might even escalate into big-time trouble.
And it shifts the focus away from what the team was initially put together to solve or to fix or to create, because the shift goes on the conflict and not the project.
Well, civility it tends to deal with issues. And people, when they don't practice civility, they aren't polite, they aren't kind to one another, they don't deal with issues or problems, as you were saying, they then make it personal. And when you make it personal, you know, you've got a poker game that's going for the big stakes.
Because there is an I in personal. That's when it goes to an I.
Man, he's a coffee cup man. He's got some stuff going on here.
Well, you know, Lou Stoops is available at your service. His book is called Positively Speaking. To order it, call 817-7412. Log on to fox59.com to get in touch with Lou if you need to. Click on Monday Motivator. He's right there. Lou Stoops,
hey,
you're an American. Be sure to tune in tomorrow when we give you a sneak peek at some of this year's Super Bowl commercials. We're going to talk to an expert to find out what makes some of them winners and others losers. But first, here's a look at today's Nouveau calendar pick. Stay with us.
I see the path ahead of me. In a minute I'll be free, and you'll be splashing in the sea. You hear a tiny cry.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
Need faster video downloads? DSL Internet from SBC Ameritech.
We're on it. Call to see if DSL is available in your area.
Buick keeps the year going in overdrive. $2,002 bonus cash and 5.9% APR financing for 60 months on every new Century, LeSabre, Regal, Park Avenue, even the remarkable Rendezvous. Indiana, it's inventory tax time again. Get $2,002 bonus cash and 5.9 APR for 60 months from Buick. And a great inventory tax deal from your Central Indiana Buick dealer.
People often ask, what exactly does Goodwill do? Simple. One day you look in your closet and say, oh my gosh, a purple paisley shirt. So you donate it to Goodwill, where someone says, oh my gosh, a purple paisley shirt. And then, this is my favorite part, we use the money to fund programs that help people become more independent. You should see what we can do with a pair of these.
Goodwill.
At Joe's Crab Shack, we've gone shrimp crazy. Hey, Joe! Joe knows shrimp. Joe knows fun. So bring the whole family and get your tail into Joe's. Celebrate with Joe's and create your own shrimp combo for only $9.99. There's Diablo shrimp, fried shrimp, grilled shrimp, shrimp scampi, coconut shrimp, and much more. Joe knows you love shrimp. So for a limited time, create your own shrimp combo for only $9.99. An overabundance of shrimp at a really great price. Go shrimp crazy, only at Joe's Crab Shack.
Good morning to you, everybody. I'm Angela Gano. The run for Marion County's new sheriff will be one of the most expensive ever. We'll tell you why coming up. Cody.
The last couple of days have felt like spring, but some wintry weather is going to be hitting here pretty quickly. Joni.
And we continue to see those flashing lights on the north side with northbound Keystone south of 86th Street. Clarence.
Good morning, I'm Clarence Reynolds. Alligators, bears, and foxes are invading our studios. And stay tuned because we're heading to the jungle with the host of Wild Kingdom. Good morning. It is Monday, January 28th of the year 2002. It is 7:01, 36 degrees. A car into a ditch tops this morning's news.
Fox 59 AM's Tracy Wells is live on the north side with details on this. Tracy, what's happening?
Well, Clarence and Angela, right now, if you can see, they are pulling the car out of the drainage ditch, and they will soon know more about what's going on. But here is what investigators just told me about a minute ago. There is a woman who is in the car. She is still seat belted in the passenger side. A white woman. She has no shirt on, but she does have a bra. She appears to have been shot, although that is not confirmed. She is dead. There's two investigations going on right here, so that's why details are so sketchy, and because they're just getting the car out of the water. There's the accident, traffic investigators, and there's also homicide, and they'll try and determine how she died, whether it was from the accident or the bullet wound. Now, in another case, but they think is related, a newspaper delivery woman picked up a man who was covered with blood, and he started talking, and so she called 911 because it sounded a little bit sketchy and strange. No details exactly on what he said, but police are meeting with her right now at another location. They also have some investigators who have gone to a home that either the car is registered to or they found the address of the woman on some identification. They don't know if this is domestic. They have no idea. Around 5 o'clock this morning, the car went off of Keystone. It was headed north. We're right here at the Woodfield Crossing intersection next to the FC Tucker building. It went off the road about 400 yards back, drove through the grass, through the parking lot, and ended up in this concrete drainage ditch. It was in about 3 feet of water, so really investigators could not get to the car until right now. So within the next half hour, I would think we would have some more information. But just really a bizarre and tragic story this morning. The woman dead in the front seat of the car, still seat belted in, and then they're investigating a man who had some blood that a newspaper delivery woman picked up.
Tracy Wells reporting for us live this morning. Tracy, thank you very much for that. The campaign to become the next sheriff in Marion County promises to be the most expensive race in local elections this year.
One of the reasons for the extra cost this year is because the Republican Party has more than one candidate vying for the nomination. Over the weekend, Lawrence Mayor Thomas Schneider received the official Republican nod as the GOP's candidate for sheriff. He's being challenged by former Sheriff Joseph McAtee. That competition will skyrocket the cost of both men's campaigns.
We're anticipating anything between 800,000 and $1 million. It'll depend. That's what it's going to cost to win that election, both in May and November.
We will spend over $300,000 in the primary alone.
The as-yet unannounced Democratic candidate, former U.S. Marshal Frank Anderson, may also spend up to $500,000 on this race. Well, final arguments will be heard today in the court-martial hearing of Indiana Army National Guard Master Sergeant Robert Weiss. Weiss faces a dishonorable discharge for bogus medical documents. He's accused of enlisting soldiers who never underwent physical examinations. The government says Weiss forged the name of a doctor on physical exams for recruits. 3
Indianapolis police officers are on administrative leave this morning while the fatal shooting of a robbery suspect is investigated. Early yesterday morning, police say 3 men robbed a couple at gunpoint outside of a bar on Morris Street. Now, when police found the car and the suspects, they say 18-year-old Michael Pitcock popped out from the back seat with a gun. The 3 officers then shot and killed him. It turned out Pitcock's gun was only a BB gun. U.S. Congressman Dan Burton says J. Edgar Hoover's name should be removed from the FBI's headquarters because Hoover knew about a conspiracy to send an innocent man to prison. Burton is the chairman of the House Committee on Government Reform, and he spoke on last night's 60 Minutes program. The case involved Joseph Salvati, who was wrongly convicted of murder to protect the FBI's mafia informants. Burton says an investigation into the FBI's handling of this case will continue.
State senators will discuss a bill today to crack down on pet stores across Indiana. One example is found at the Fish Fanatics store in Anderson, where police found 24 dead animals and many more left for dead. Animal activists say the problem goes beyond local pet stores. They want to look at the suppliers where the stores get their pets, and Fox 59's Kim King has more.
A police confrontation in rural Tipton County. They head in to find a Dalmatian who comes out of his house chained up, hungry for affection. Inside, dachshund puppies barking to get out, just like the other puppies here. Kittens, a filthy Shih Tzu, and then the cockroaches.
They are in rural areas, very well hidden, and for good reason, because these people don't want the general public to know what's going on.
I think it is a big problem in Indiana.
The problem? Puppy mills that are continuing to thrive across the state. Suppliers, investigators say, to some local pet stores you might never think would come to a place like this to get their pups.
When most people go into a pet store, they're just seeing the pet, and they're not seeing the pet in the environment in which it was conceived and raised, and they're just in a cage, and that's all they really see is a cute little puppy.
Julie and Eric Smith are husband and wife. Together, they're on a mission to wake Hoosiers up to animal cruelty. They helped raid this puppy mill in Tipton County. Filthy conditions, the owner at a loss for words. The fact the mills keep profiting from demand, the reason activists keep speaking out.
Indiana has begun to have a national repute about bad animal treatment.
Well, perhaps more than a coincidence now, there are so many animal-related bills this session. We want to point out that there are reputable pet stores, but it's up to buyers to do their research. Don't just take someone at their word when they say that they do not buy from puppy mills. The big problem is the inbreeding that goes on in mills as well. The puppies may look adorable, but it can have major health problems, causing you major heartache down the road.
Kids in the Windy City warmed up their voices in hopes of scoring some Scooby-Doo tickets over the weekend. The little fans belted out the show tune this weekend. Most of the youngsters had a blast while singing their hearts out, on the Navy Pier. Some even dressed up for the occasion by sporting their favorite Scooby costume, while others simply bellied up to the microphone and belted out the words. Oh, he's cute. Listen to them.
You can dress the kid up as Scooby, not necessarily means he knows the words.
No. But the ones that do, I mean, it's typical of a kid is to scream out.
Yeah.
I love that.
Gabby, Gabby.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice they had Steve from, what's that show?
Booth.
No.
We had him.
The Jerry Springer show.
Oh,
security.
yeah,
Did you see the bold security guard there? Yeah.
He's going to be at the CarQuest thing.
That's right, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, we're very excited about that. Because, can we get him here?
Well, I'm supposed to go
Because we
out
got
live.
to fight for him to break up.
Yeah, well, I'm going out live. Maybe
I'll
they'll-
stage one.
they'll
Me and
work
Joni can go at it.
Yeah.
I always hit a girl with glasses.
Well, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at the temperatures. Things have taken a turn for the worst here in the show. 38 Shelbyville, 41 in Columbus. We will see temperatures rising up in the upper 50s and then dropping off pretty sharply. We'll talk about that in just a second. Joni.
Thanks, Cody. Good morning, everyone. Well, unfortunately, up on the north side, traffic is tied up this morning. You have heard that police are investigating a fatality. Our own Tracy Wells live on the scene there. We're going to go ahead now and get a live shot up on the north side. Those northbound lanes of Keystone shut down there. Now, this is south of 86th Street at Woodfield Crossing. So you know what? Your best bet is to just stay away, okay? So don't even try it for right now. So there's the problem with northbound. Once again, that is northbound on Keystone. Southbound lanes are not affected. Well, up in Castleton right now, we'll do some map action and talk about some extremely heavy traffic rolling down Allisonville Road this morning. Of course, southbound Allisonville, anywhere from 96th Street down to 465. Plus, you throw in that westbound 465 traffic. We are starting to see some backups now. Westbound 465, that right lane where a lot of people, of course, are trying to offload northbound to Keystone. So we are starting to see a little bit of a problem there now. So some big tie-ups on the north side. Down south also, now this is in Bartholomew County on the next map, a little bit further south than what we see on our map, but southbound 65, right around 31 Edinburgh, they have the southbound lanes tied up with another police investigation. Fox 59 GM Cam downtown, a long string of headlights for 65 south of the downtown area. And if you look closely, I think you can see the Mystery Machine right there. Isn't that the Mystery Machine leading the path?
You can see it because of the smoke coming
Oh,
out.
that's it. Pound
Look, they're
59.
pulling into White Castle. Yeah.
Pound 59 if you spot the Mystery Machine.
Village
or
Pantry.
you've got some traffic troubles. Pass it along. Cody.
All right, thank you so much, Joni. We're going to see temperatures get really warm again today. I mean, we had a great weekend. Temperatures are way on up there, but unfortunately, we're going to get the stupid reality before the week's over. 36 right now at the airport, 40 in Lafayette. You've probably warm up to about 58 degrees with plenty of sunshine, but note the thick clouds back to the west of us. There's a cold front out there. A lot of cool air is going to start to filter in here. With the cooler air, you're also going to get the chance of some rain showers. It looks like Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Thursday is going to be our window of opportunity for that to happen. Okay, milder temperatures again today, 58 for high, winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15. Tonight's low temperature, 44 degrees. The clouds start to roll in, and here is your 5-day forecast. Tuesday night, once again, it looks like we'll start with the rain showers, and as the temperatures drop, we could see a chance of a little rain-snow mix. Now, remember, the ground is thawed. It's all squishy and thawed out outside, so that's going to help us, kind of stop it from too much freezing rain, it looks like, or any kind of accumulation, at least on Wednesday. Okay. This weather was brought to you by our friends at Menards. Thank you so much. You know, we get this little segment that we've been doing. This is the third week. It's called...
You Be the News Director.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to believe that hasn't been canceled yet, but it's just we're going on 3 weeks straight of this silly thing.
You're working on it.
Here's what happens. We give you the chance to be an actual television news director, only without the throwing of the chairs. Okay? What you do is you get to choose between two stories. We'll have two, legitimate news stories for you to choose from. You log on to fox59.com and choose which one you want to see. Let's go on down to the newsroom where we have Larry. Is that your name?
No, my name is Bill.
What?
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
Gil. Okay, Bill.
Yes.
Bill, by the way, you weren't here on Friday.
No, I was.
And a mushroom cloud formed over this segment. I just want you to know that everything went straight to pot because you weren't here. Okay, so what's the two stories that we have to choose from?
Okay, story number one. This is fascinating to me. The nation's second largest river barge company may now have a new owner. Officials say Ingram Industries of Nashville has agreed to purchase Midland Industries.
Yeah, that sounds fascinating. So it's a barge company being bought out by some other barge company.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, all right, that sounds interesting. What's the other story we got to choose from?
And story number two is we have some kids riding mutton.
Kids riding mutton. Okay, so either you get to see some rusted out old barges, or you get to see kids riding mud.
Kids
All
getting
right.
stepped on by mud.
So log on to fox59.com. You choose which major journalistic story you want to see. All right, thank you very much, Gil. We missed you on Friday.
Bill, he looks different.
Hey, you know what it is? It's the fever. He's got a fever of 107. Look how rosy his cheeks are.
He looks, he's got some color.
Look at him.
He looks good.
He
You know,
does.
sometimes a fever makes you look good. All right, over to you guys.
Thanks.
The fever's working for him,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
not Bill?
Is it Bob or
He's a looker
I thought it
with
was-
that swine fever he's got.
It's Phil.
Is it Phil? Yeah.
I don't know. Coming up in this hour, the King of the Jungle is coming to our show. Peter Gross, co-host of Wild Kingdom, will be here with some of his furry friends, and not so furry ones too.
That's right. Also, in today's edition of the Stark News, Cody's going to have some more on the new sitcom starring the 80s rocker Ozzy Osbourne.
Heating bills by up to 1/3 with a Honeywell programmable thermostat from Menard. This model can run separate programs for weekdays and weekends. $29.99. This deluxe model includes programmable vacation settings. $69.99. PE fluorescent bulbs use 75% less energy and last 8 times longer than standard bulbs. $6.99 each. 3-way fluorescent bulbs are $11.99. Save energy and money at Menard.
Save big money at Menards.
Food makes life more satisfying. Weight Watchers understands that. Our Winning Points plan means you don't have to put life on a diet. You can eat any food you like, stay satisfied, and still lose weight. Join Weight Watchers now and get our new guide to satisfying meal and snack ideas free.
Enjoy now for only $20. A new year, a new you. Hurry, offer ends February 9th.
Weight Watchers. Real food, real life, real results.
Haven't you heard? Bird's the word. Bird Floor's emergency tax sale is on. All new and used cars must be sold so we don't have to pay the tax. New cars up to $8,000 off. Used cars up to $5,000 below book value. Bird Floor, 6105 East 38th Street, 1 block west of Pendleton Pike. Bird's Indiana Car and Truck is gonna save you big. With over $4 million of used cars, we've got a problem. We have to sell over 300 used vehicles so we don't pay the tax. Down payments as low as $1. Discounts up to $5,000. Bird's Indiana Car and Truck, 7848 Pendleton Pike.
Ever since we got DSL, our internet connection's been faster than ever. Only problem is, a certain neighbor of ours doesn't have it yet.
My turn.
Hey, I'm still doing my homework.
And now Bernie is watching a streaming bass fishing video.
Bernie, if you got DSL, you could download songs at your house.
That's right. DSL is in the house. Oh, that internet backgammon can really make you hungry. Oh.
Experience all the internet has to offer at your own home. SBC Ameritech DSL Internet Service. We're on it.
Call now for a special $199 offer.
You know, the moon has been behaving oddly the last few days. Seeing it.
Have you noticed, though, the days are you're barely starting to be able to feel it. It's like, oh, it's 6:30 and you can still see
Right.
a little bit of sky out there. So,
Mix that with 60-degree weather. And
there you
who
have
knows?
it.
Well, the controversy over the classification of al-Qaeda detainees in Cuba continues this morning.
In the Fox Flash, the U.S. government is being criticized for not classifying detainees as prisoners of war. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld says that will not happen. He says they are among the most dangerous, best-trained, vicious killers on Earth. The topic is likely going to be discussed today as the National Security Council meets. It is also our topic this morning in Fox Talk. Should the Taliban and al-Qaeda detainees be called prisoners of war?